warm welcome. You are watching Janata Television, and this is the English Bulletin with me, Anastha Acharya. The top stories first. Vice President Tim Bravo challenges the proposal giving authority to Oli. UML chair calls for consensus among party members, urges party rank and file to stay united for prosperous Nepal. Health Ministry urges people to stay alert after new variant emerges in South Africa, announces a decline in rate of infection in Nepal. UK steps up measures to counter new variant of coronavirus, PCR test mandatory for people entering the UK. And outstanding Liverpool hit Saints for 4 to move second. Jota scores twice as Reds finished with big win. Now the news in detail. The closed-door session of the ongoing 10th General Convention of the CPN-UML has given the responsibility for presenting the named list of office bearers and Central Committee members of the party to Chairman KP Sharma Oli. However, Party Chairman Dr. Bhim Rawal announced his candidacy at the closed-door session while challenging the proposal that gives authority to Oli to select the entire new team. Chairman Oli would also propose the members of Central Accounts Commission and Central Discipline Commission. Both the commissions will have 25 members each. UML's Assistant General Secretary Vishnu Prasad Paudel said that different clusters including women, indigenous, Muslim, Thadu, backward society and other would be represented in the 301-member Central Committee. During Saturday's closed-door session, Oli urged the entire party rank and file to make the UML united, adding that the leaders' right to file other candidacy was open. The closed-door session of the UML will resume at 10 a.m. today. The General Convention of UML will conclude on November 28th, tomorrow. CPN-UML Chairperson KP Sharma Oli has urged party leaders to conclude 10th General Convention of the party in consensus. A report. He called the party rank and file to abide by discipline and unity to face the present challenges and fulfill the dream of prosperous Nepal. Addressing the closed session of the ongoing 10th General Convention of the party at Saura Chitwan on Saturday, Oli said UML is in the current opposition not because of people's vote but due to challenges and the party's He called the party rank and file to abide by discipline and unity to face the present challenges and fulfill the dream of prosperous Nepal. Addressing the closed session of the ongoing 10th General Convention of the party at Saura Chitwan on Saturday, Oli said UML is in the current opposition not because of people's vote but due to challenges and the party's resolute stance to defend against the efforts to destabilize democratic values and constitutional boundaries. Oli said that the party must intervene to take a lead in national affairs. This General Convention must be made exemplary to the world, added Oli. In his address that lasted for some 3 hours, Chairperson Oli reminded the leaders that the party formulated necessary policies, thoughts and norms. According to him, the country is peaceful now and the party also made efforts to eliminate poverty. The UML, as he urged, is now ready to face the current global problems and wage struggle for national interest. UML is capable to foil the ill efforts to defame leftist movement in Nepal, said Oli. Nepali Congress leader Prakash Man Singh has pointed out the need for capable leadership in the party to make it strong and effective. Leader Singh made such remarks at a program organized to announce the candidacy of party leader Krishna Bania for the upcoming General Convention. He mentioned that the NC would move ahead as per the wishes and aspirations of the people after the 14th General Convention. The NC should seriously analyze as to why the party got defeated in the 3-tier of election, added the NC leader, stating that the top leaders should be the guardians in order to take the party ahead in a systematic way. NC Central Committee member Gagan Thapa said that the 14th General Convention should elect a leadership that gives hope and trust to the people. Thapa urged all to cast their votes in a prudent manner. Similarly, NC Kathmandu presidential candidate Krishna Bania said that he is going to file his candidacy to the post of president for second term in order to make the NC organization stronger. In the wake of a new variant of COVID-19 reported in South Africa, the Ministry of Health and Population has urged people to remain cautious and strictly follow the health protocols. The ministry warned that the variant classified as B1.1.529 could spread to Nepal as well. So people visiting Nepal through South Africa should compulsory stay in a week-long quarantine facility, said the ministry. Nepal is at risk when a virus variant is reported everywhere across the globe, said Joint Secretary at the ministry Dr. Samir Adhikari. So caution is necessary, he added. The World Health Organization has classed the variant as the concern. Following this, we have stepped up vigil on people visiting Nepal through South Africa, he said. The ministry further said that there is no need to worry as the variant has not been reported in Nepal, but caution is necessary, said Adhikari. At present, the number of COVID-19 cases is decreasing, but the risk still persists. So there is a need to follow the health protocols, said Adhikari. Meanwhile, the government yesterday confirmed 197 new cases of coronavirus across the country. Following the latest round of tests, the Ministry of Health and Population, the death toll from coronavirus has climbed to 11,521 after the virus claimed 3 more lives yesterday. And now the news from economic front. The state-owned Harp Production and Processing Company Limited has started making profit since the past 3 years. Established in 2038 BS, the company has started making profit since fiscal year 2075 and 76 BS. The company's manager Ganeshwar Karki said that the company had earned Rs 19.2 million for the first time after paying tax on its income. Similarly, the company made Rs 12.2 million profit in the fiscal year 2076-77 BS, while audit of the fiscal year 2077 and 78 BS is underway. The company has made profit this fiscal year as well. Among the government's public organizations in the industrial sector, this is the only institution that is making profit. The company has started distributing dividends to shareholders from the fiscal year 2076 and 77 BS. The company is making preparations to issue share to the general public once the audit report is finalized. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back. Now the international news. Face coverings will become mandatory again in shops and on public transport in England from next week as part of measures to target the new coronavirus variant Omicron, the PM has said. PCR test for everyone entering the UK will be introduced and all contacts of new variant cases will have to self-isolate even if fully jabbed. But Boris Johnson said Christmas would be considerably better than the 2020. The measures were temporary and precautionary. He added, Mr. Johnson announced the restrictions at the Downing Street's news conference after it was confirmed that 2 Omicron cases has been detected in Brentwood, Essex and Nottingham. Officials said the cases were linked and connected to travel in southern Africa. The new variant was first reported from South Africa on Wednesday, with early evidence suggesting it has a higher reinfection risk. Mr. Johnson said, our scientists are learning more hour by hour and it does not appear that Omicron spreads very rapidly and can be spread between people who are double vaccinated. You are watching Janata Bulletin and now the latest from the world of sports. Liverpool moved second in the Premier League for 24 hours at least as they strolled past Southampton with a commanding 4-0 win at Anfield. Southampton arrived at Anfield clearly determined to attack the host, but their bold intent was punished after less than 2 minutes when Andrew Robertson was allowed to get away down the flank and cross for Jota to poke in. Sensing the opportunity to secure a big win against wide-open opponents, Liverpool kept up the attack, Sadio Mane heading wide before having a goal ruled out for a marginal offside. But a second goal duly arrived just after the half-4 mark when the unmarked Jota tapped in from Mohamed Salah's square ball after good link-up play between the Egypt international and Jordan Henderson. Those two strikes took Liverpool to 700 goals scored since Jurgen Klopp arrived at Anfield. They have also become the first top-5 team in English football to score at least twice in 17 straight matches in all competitions since Sunderland in 1927. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin and the headlines once again. Myanmar chairman gets responsibility to pick office bearers. Vice President Bim Rawal challenges the proposal giving authority to Oli. Myanmar chair calls for consensus among party members, urges party rank and file to stay united with prosperous Nepal. Health Ministry urges people to stay alert after a new variant emerges in South Africa, announces a decline in rate of infection in Nepal. UK steps off measures to counter new variant of coronavirus, PCR test mandatory for people entering the UK. And outstanding Liverpool hit Saints for 4 to move second. Jota scores twice as Reds finish with big win. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.